Jai Sriman Narayan. Jai Sriman Narayan. Jai Sriman Narayan. I pay my obeisances to my spiritual master, Srimad Jagat Guru Sudarshan Acharyaji Maharaj. I pay my obeisances to Lord Sri Ramanuj. I pay my obeisances to the Purva Acharyas. I pay my obeisances to the 12 Alvars. I pay my obeisances to Mother Lakshmi. And I pay my obeisances to Lord Sriman Narayan. I welcome Lord Sriman Narayan on this, the 6th day of the Sri Krishna Janmashtami week, celebrated here at the Sri Narayan Dham in Durban, South Africa. I welcome those of you that are physically present here at the Sri Narayan Dham, and I welcome those that are watching this discourse on live feed, locally, nationally, and internationally. And I welcome in advance those that's going to be watching this discourse when it is posted on YouTube and the various groups from around the world subsequently. Firstly, I want to apologize to my new camera lady. I think I wasted her time. She was waiting for me to start her recording. Right? So apologies today, new camera lady. Okay, moving on. In this week, we stated that it is the intervention week of Lord Sri Krishna. And we stated intervention means coming in to sort out situations. And in this week, Lord Sriman Narayan, in order to intervene and put in place regulated practices and destroy unregulated practices, we say the Lord incarnates. He incarnates for the purposes of intervention so that he could intervene when things go topsy-turvy. We stated that when the demons in gross form threaten the livelihood of the divine in gross form, then and then only does the Lord personally himself, in a gross but transcendental form, makes his appearance on this planet Earth. And that is for the purposes of intervention. However, when the Devis and Devtas, their livelihoods are not endangered by gross demons, then it is on these occasions, the Ram Navami week, the Krishna Janmashtami week, that the Lord makes his appearance on this planet Earth. For many purposes, one of them being his birthday is celebrated, and it is generally known that whenever you celebrate somebody's birthday, then that personality has to attend his party, doesn't it? When you celebrate somebody's birthday, you celebrate that person's birthday with him or her. So, the Lord being the Lord, if his birthday is celebrated, then don't you think he'll make his appearance? So on these days, Ram Navami, Krishna Janmashtami, the Lord appears in his previous incarnated form, that is celebrating his birthday. So Lord Sriman Narayan will appear as Lord Sri Krishna in this week to celebrate his birthday and also celebrate the fact that 5,000 years ago he simplified the teachings of the Upanishads, and the Upanishads are simplified teachings of the Vedas as a whole. Lord Sri Krishna spoke the cream of the cream, the Bhagavad Gita. So we celebrate in this week Lord Sriman Narayan in his form as Lord Sri Krishna, simplifying both the Vedas and the Upanishads through the dialogue of the Bhagavad Gita. So I've stated previously, and I'm stating again today, that the Lord has not given any human, whether he's a saint, he's a sage, he's a pandit, or grandparents or parents, any authority to change his spoken word. To change his spoken word. God has not given any living entity to change his spoken word, which is spoken through the Vedas. In Sanatana Dharma, the Lord does not give a secondary person an opportunity to describe him principally. Principally, the Lord describes himself. He states, I am the Lord, I am the creator, I am the maintainer, and I am the destroyer of this universe. I am the all in all of this universe. Lord Sriman Narayan categorically states this in all authorized scriptures. Then, in all authorized scriptures, he plots a way on how you can connect to him. He plots a way how you can connect to him. So I want to give you an example. You all know of all your cellular networks, Cell C, MTN, Vodacom, and Telcom. These are 4 networks. You can connect to your cell phone and activate your cell phone, your data through these networks. These are authorized networks to activate your data and connect to your network. All of you understand? You cannot concoct your own system to connect to either of these 4 legal networks, can you? Can you buy an MTN card and ask Vodacom to connect you? Can you? Satish, can you? No, you cannot. You can retain your number at a secondary process through any of these networks, but primarily you have to follow. You have to follow the criteria that is already set. But those of us that calls ourselves Hindus, we want to set our own criteria. We want to set our own criteria only in religion. Everything else we follow what is given in the world, don't we? When they say this is a one-way street, do you drive down a one-way street? You follow the signboard, you follow the regulated principles. But when it comes to the Lord, then somehow you become the Lord yourself. Somehow you or your parents or grandparents becomes the Lord because the criteria is changed to suit a particular understanding. It is the reason why the Sri Narayan Dham took birth. We took our birth to synthesize the absolute truth in the Western world. We took our birth to synthesize the absolute truth in the Western world. there are a fair amount of gurus that are currently residing in India, and I'm sure they are also finding it difficult to make those that are born in Sanatana Dharma to follow a clear-cut path. And it is on these occasions, especially when the Lord descends, that we pass this message on quite aggressively and militantly, for this is the only manner in which you can assimilate the knowledge that we are expounding. It is only in Sanatana Dharma that the Lord speaks himself personally. So it is not the Sri Narayan Dham, neither is it the Guru, not the Sri Narayan Dham, neither is it the Guru that is explaining to you who you are, who the Lord is, and how to reach the Lord. This instruction comes from the Lord himself. This instruction comes from the Lord himself. And this is absolute science. This is absolute science. You have your creator and you have the created. And when the creator gives you instructions on how the created can connect, then it is absolute. Then it is absolute. There's no hearsay. This is not the lotto. This is not the lotto. I'll take a chance, I'll come to satsang, something might happen. This might be my week, Jai Bhai. Unfortunately, this is not the lotto. God himself do not believe in gambling. Although in one of the verses, you'll find there's a reference to him in gambling, and I had a devotee, Sean, that loved gambling. And when I reprimanded him for gambling, he said, Lord Sri Krishna gambles. Because he didn't read the verse in context. Didn't read the verse in context. So we want to set the background and we want to explain going forward. Not what we are about, but what the Lord is about. So there is also confusion in the minds of Sanatana Dharma. Who is the Supreme Lord? How many Lords are there? My family worships this God. Some other family worship that God, and some other family worship that God. And I will remain loyal to that God that my forefathers worshipped. I don't care what the Guru is. So, you understand? So I want to bring that in its perspective. I want to bring that in its perspective. And I want to read a verse here. What does attribute mean? Jai Bhai, what is the meaning of attribute?
Attributes are the characteristics linked to subject.
Yes. It is, if you trace your attribute, it will reach to the substantive. Okay? If you trace the attribute, it will reach the substantive. It belongs to the substantive. There have to be something substantive that can have a million attributes. Each attribute will be different, but through the attribute you can reach the origin of the attributes. Okay? So, chapter 10, Chapter 10, verse 18. Lord Sri Krishna is speaking with Arjuna, and Arjuna asks of the Lord, and I quote, chapter 10, verse 18. Speak to me again in full, O Krishna, about your attributes and glories, for I am not satiated by hearing your ambrosial words. I'm going to repeat. Speak to me again in full, O Krishna, about your attributes and glories, for I am not satiated by hearing your ambrosial words. Satiated. What does satiated mean? Yes, it is so beautiful, like a child eating ice cream. Long after the child's stomach is full, the child is still not satiated. It wants to continue eating the ice cream. The Lord's words is so full of nectar that one can never get full of eating the Lord's ears through hearing, of eating the Lord's words through hearing. So Arjuna is asking the Lord directly. Arjuna is asking the Lord directly. This is a direct question and direct answer. This is not a guru. This is not some prophet. This is not some saint making this declaration. This is a direct question and answer, a question by the Lord's friend from the Lord. A question eliciting a specific answer, and that answer is, tell me your attributes. Then the Lord answers. The Lord answers in chapter 20. I'm just going to skip and bring in those attributes that I feel is necessary for our current discussion. Maybe sometime, some years on, I will discuss the Bhagavad Gita as the Bhagavad Gita, but specifically in this subject of creation, I'm going to pick a few and discuss a few verses today for the purposes of this discourse today. In verse 20 he states, I am the self, O Arjuna, dwelling in the hearts of all beings. I am the beginning, the middle, and also the end of all beings. Who is stating this? The Lord. What is the Lord stating? That I live in the heart of all beings. When the Lord is stating all beings, what is he indicating conclusively? The Lord Sri Narayan lives in every living entity. The Lord Sriman Narayan lives in every living entity. And that is conclusive. That is conclusive. He is stating it himself. So Jai Bhai, is the Lord living in your body? He is there. Is he living in your heart? He is there. Is he living in your soul? He is there. Have you told him good morning this morning? Have you wished him happy birthday? Does he come in and out of your soul? stays there all the time. So where you think you should connect to the Lord? That is why? Why satsang? Sean? This verse is telling you what? This verse is telling you that I, Lord Sriman Narayan, lives within you all the time, and within every living entity all the time, because he says, I am the beginning, I am the middle, and I'm also the end. So throughout this life of yours, from the moment that you were born and up until the time you're going to leave this body, the Lord is with you 24/7. 24/7. Because we do not have this knowledge, we seek the Lord from outside in. Because we do not have this knowledge, we seek the Lord from outside in. So we come to satsang, and those of us that want to believe, not everybody is going to believe the Guru or the Bhagavad Gita or the verses I'm reading or Lord Sri Krishna. Not everybody is going to believe. Alright? Those that is going to believe the Guru will get connected. Those that are not going to believe the Guru will remain disconnected. The data won't come on. There will be no communication with you and the Lord, because you are in the wrong network. You have the right apparatus, but your SIM card belongs to the wrong network. Up until the time you connect to the right network, you'll be changing phones upon phones upon phones. But there'll never be a call to the Supreme Lord, notwithstanding the fact that He is within. And it makes sense, does it not? Because so many calamities take place in our lives, does it not? And the Lord is riding the wave with us. He is riding the wave with us. But He does not interfere. Why is He not interfering? Jai Bhai?
Have the opportunity to serve your karma.
No. You're using the wrong network. Wrong network. Lord is there, He's watching you. Life after life, body after body, He is with you. He is watching you. When you're suffering, He's watching you when you rejoicing. When you calling Him, He sees you dialing the number. But you are not connected to the right network. The minute you get connected to the right network, the minute you call Him Jai Bhai, what will He do? Respond. Respond. He is in Vaikunt and is also in your soul. Where is the most logical place to find Him? Where is the most scientific place to find the Lord? If I have given you this information and if you believe this information within yourself, you don't have to go to Vaikunt. Don't have to go to Vaikunt. When you find Him within, then He'll take you to Vaikunt. He will take you to Vaikunt. So these discourses at this satsang, there is no magic. Jai Bhai. Black or white. Black or white. No magic. Like a few years ago, I had a devotee come up to me and he said, "Please, Guru, I know you are powerful. Use Hanuman Baba to kill my brother-in-law." Alright? Use Hanuman Baba to kill my brother-in-law. This satsang we do not. We teach you spiritual science. And if you learn our spiritual science, you wouldn't want to kill your brother-in-law. You'll be the first one to go and help him. Because you will realize there is no difference between you and your brother-in-law. You are a soul, he is a soul. Lord Narayan is living in your soul, Lord Narayan is living in his soul. Both of you are identical. Is it not? So in these discourses, the Guru is not a mystical Guru, that when you bow down, the Guru touch your head and all your problems mysteriously vanish. This is not that type of a satsang. In fact, those that profess to do that is only manipulating your mind. That cannot happen, Jai Bhai. That cannot happen. You have to work. You have to work your parts. Are there any mechanics? Okay. So if I give you our 480 Volvo engine, what will you do with the engine? I want you to repair it. It got a bearing knob. I didn't want to say gasket blown. Some of my devotees get upset. So I'm saying bearing knob. You'll have to strip it up. You have to change the bearings. Then you have to put it back, assemble it, and put it back. If you touch my engine and say Om Namo Narayan, Om Namo Narayan, Om Namo Narayan, bust a few coconuts round it, from monkey ball, some line, will the bearing knock ever come right? Jai Bhai? So similarly, this vehicle, this is a vehicle that's carrying your soul. This is a vehicle in which your soul is lodged. This is a vehicle. This is a mechanical vehicle animated by the soul. Like your motor vehicle is animated by your battery. As soon as you remove the battery, all animation of your vehicle stops. No lights, nothing, not even those big engines can start, isn't it? So similarly, the soul is lodged in this body, which animates this body into action. And all of you have witnessed it some time or another. If this hand is chopped off and thrown, does the body still live? Yes, the hand is just a part of this body. It still lives. Like that engine, we strip it, we repair it and we put it back. We need to repair this body. We need to repair this body. So this body has a virus, like a computer. It has a virus called karma. It has a virus called karma. What do you do to your virus in a computer? You clean it up. Any computer savvy people here? Yeah, there's a virus. How you clean a virus in your computer, Bhaiya? Yeah, pull your mask down. You want to hear the word. Anti-virus. What is anti-karma? Huh? You can do how much good you want, Bhai. That will help you in the next life. We want to remove the virus. We want to remove the virus. We want the virus to be gone forever. So what is the antivirus of karma? Sean, you all have been listening this week. transcendental knowledge. Transcendental knowledge. You plug in into your ear. You plug in into your ear transcendental knowledge of the Guru through the scripture. These scriptural knowledge have potency, spiritual potency. When your ear drinks this spiritual potency, it becomes an antivirus in your karma. And I explained yesterday that the symptom of the soul is consciousness. You'll heard of the word consciousness, all of you, and you'll heard of the word soul. The energy of the soul is consciousness, and karma resides in the consciousness. Karma resides in the consciousness. Your consciousness pervades your entire body. When the soul leaves, the consciousness is connected to it, it follows what happens to the body. It becomes rigid and no longer animated. The body is rigid. Have you all seen a dead body? Yes, even here, if you look, they are all dead bodies in my satsang. All bodies are dead. They are animated whilst the soul is inside, and they are called dead when the soul is outside. You understand? All of you understand? Soul inside, we say body is alive. Soul outside, we say body is dead. When the soul leaves, then the pervasion of the consciousness in the body also leaves, and that is why the body is not animated anymore. All of you understand? So the consciousness is restricted to the size of your body. Nilandi, the bigger your body, the bigger your consciousness. Alright? And I've explained in other discourses that your consciousness is infinite. Consciousness is infinite. Karma contracts your consciousness in the vessel called a body as per that karma. So the consciousness of a snake is captured within the snake, and the consciousness of an elephant is captured within the elephant. However, the size of the soul remains the same. Understood? So karma resides in the attributive consciousness. Karma resides in the attributive consciousness, and when you hear discourses from the scriptures, when you hear discourses from the scriptures, whatever verse the Guru reads, that verse becomes spiritually potent. Why? Because the speaker is spiritually potent, and the speaker is the Lord Himself. So all knowledge spoken by the Lord is transcendental. All knowledge spoken by the Lord is transcendental. And transcendental means knowledge from the spiritual world. Transcendental means knowledge from the spiritual world. So to remove the virus called karma from your consciousness, as per verse 37 of the Bhagavad Gita, you have to listen to a discourse by a bona fide spiritual master, and that transcendental knowledge will burn to ashes all your karmas. All of you understand? All of you understand? So if you come to this state and this stage, alright, then it means that you have not discarded your traditions of your family, your great traditions of your family, you have not discarded, but you have evolved. You have evolved. What does evolution mean? Yes, for the better or for the worse? For the better. So basically it's like this. Years ago, if you wanted to pay somebody, J-Bhai, you would have to go to the bank, you would have to take out your money from the bank, you will then have to meet that person somewhere and you have to pay. That is called the ritual of paying. The ritual of paying, isn't it? Who did not encounter that? Where's Satish Bhai? I can't see him. Okay. Satish, you got anything to hide today? No. Okay, all right. So that is the ritual of paying. Going to the bank, standing in the queue, withdrawing your money, coming outside, then connecting to the person and making a payment. Today, you can make the same payment in a subtle way. You're making that ritualistic payment in a gross way. Today you can make that same payment in an evolved way. You can take out your phone and you can press Acharya Shyam Ramanuj Satish Bhai and you can do a healthy transfer. You can do a healthy transfer and Acharyaji will get a SMS. Satish Bhai deposited 10,000 rand for Acharya Shyam Ramanuj account, ASRL. Isn't? And how long all these things take? Sorry? Yes. Similarly, you can pray to your Devis or Devtas, Mother Durga, Mother Kali, Ganapati, Kartikeya, Lord Shiva. It's like you going to the bank, withdrawing your money and doing all your rituals. Or you can evolve. You can become smart and evolve and get a million times more results in a few milliseconds if you join a bona fide spiritual master who makes the same payment on your behalf. All you have to do is jump in your car, come to the ashram, sit in the satsang and listen to the subtle transcendental knowledge that is emitted by a bona fide spiritual master who enters your auditory system and permeates your consciousness and obliterates your karma. The Devis and Devtas will only give you happiness for the year. Devis and Devtas will only give you happiness for here and now, and that too minimal happiness. The Guru system will give you happiness for year and year after. The Guru system will give you happiness for year and year after. Why? The Devis and Devtas have no mandate. Devis and Devtas have no mandate to tamper with your destiny. Devis and Devtas have no mandate to tamper with your destiny. They can just make you feel better. If you are in a prison, and you pay the warder, you bribe the warder then whilst other people are eating brown bread and black tea, you are having Nando's. But where are you? Where are you? Still in prison. Through your bribery, you had a better meal. Similarly, your worship of Devis and Devtas, your condition will be the same. You may be slightly prosperous, but your ultimate condition will not change. When you follow a bona fide spiritual master, your primary condition is changed and your ultimate condition is changed, because the Guru removes the virus. And that virus, called karma, is the predicament of all living entities. Are there any questions? Are there any questions? So the Guru is not selling himself at this satsang, neither is the Guru selling the Lord, because the Lord cannot be bought or sold. The Guru is giving you an explanation why you are in the current status quo. When you go to the doctor, you like to know what made you ill. Isn't it logical to say, Doctor, I came to you, please explain to me what made me ill and how I can get cured. So the Guru is telling you what made you ill. It's beginningless karma, and the Guru is telling you the medication is transcendental knowledge. Guru is telling you, and the Guru is not telling you from his opinion. The Guru is telling you from where? From God's spoken word. Alright? So I'm just going to conclude. Leave it close, Dana. Verse 23. Of the Rudras I am Sankara. Of the Rudras I am Sankara. Of the Yakshas and Rakshas I am the Lord of Wealth, Kubera. Of the Vasus I am Agni. Of the mountains I am Meru. I want to go back to the first one, Jai Bhai, because this has been controversial internationally since time immemorial. Alright? Of the Rudras I am Shankara. Who is Rudra and who is Shankara? Yeah, you know? Anyone knows? Take a guess. Take a guess. Who said Shiva? Yes. Rudra, Shankara and Shiva are synonymous. Rudra, Shankara and Shiva are synonymous. What was the question posed to Lord Sri Krishna by Arjuna? What are your attributes? What are your attributes? And we said the attribute is inseparably connected to the substantive. So Lord Arjuna is asking the substantive, who is Lord Sriman Narayan, what are your attributes? And what is Lord Sriman Narayan stating? That Lord Shiva is one of my attributes. Who is stating this? Lord Sriman Narayan. But do you know how many wars have been fought over this? On who is superior? Do you know how many people have been killed because of this, who is superior? Do you know that there existed a few thousand years ago discord in the Lord Narayan devotees and Lord Shiva devotees? Is this not common knowledge? But had they been aware of this verse, then will there be any reason? Is there any reason to disqualify one for the other? Which concludes my discourse for today. If you are in Sanatana Dharma, learn your scriptures first before you go outside and fight. Know the truth, the absolute truth first. And Sanatana Dharma is so beautiful, you won't get second-hand knowledge. There need be no gossip satisfied in Sanatana Dharma. All you have to do is get a copy of the Bhagavad Gita like the Guru did. Guru performed no magic today by coming to this conclusion. All the Guru did was pick up a copy of the Bhagavad Gita and find a verse, and the verse is stating that Lord Shiva is an inseparable part of the Supreme Lord. So what is the reason for two or more people fighting who is more supreme? All of you understand? Jai Sriman Narayan.